I'm Bryan Bonahoom. I run Brickworld. All right, and we're happy to have Beyond the Brick here today, and I get to do the GBC video. It's pretty great. Tom wanted a break, so here's Bryan. All right, this is the fast version of a GBC video, John, so keep up.
We're going to be moving quicker than usual.
Quicker than usual, because we want people to watch this. We're going to start here in the corner with these modules that belong, I believe, to Josh Cottrill. I'm sorry, not Josh Cottrill, James Young. Maybe some belong to Tom Atkinson, you never know. This is an Akiyuki design. I'm not describing these. You guys all know what they are. We recognize Tom's famous ball shooter. It's been around for what?
The always popular ball shooter.
Yeah, it's been around so long that it's lost half the balls. You got a stepper module here, and then a little bit bigger in-box stepper module. And then we have, I believe, this is a design from somewhere else that got copied by James Young to bring in. And it's a neat little unique lift design. It seems to be working really well today as far as I know. So it drops the ball in and it brings it up, drops into the next module. It's a little agitated in-box that goes into a conveyor belt, which is great. Another conveyor belt with a little decoration on it. We try to encourage GBC decoration, but it's hard to do. And in fact, even point out that Olivia Donahue, when she did her keynote speech at Brickworld last year, her challenge to us was to make GBC more decorated.
That's what it's all about. Make it look cooler, you know.
Yeah, we're living for the decoration, so someday we'll get there. We got some more modules that James Young has built, and they aren't perfect, but they seem to work. You know, they flip the balls up and then scoop the balls on through, and every once in a while they blow up, which is typical for a GBC module. Simple single-step minimum size design almost. It looks like it's 11 studs instead of 10. Then you have a version of the 2017 Brickworld GBC module, and then a 2014 GBC module.
Will we see a return of the GBC module in 2018 to Brickworld shows? Will there be another one?
There is absolutely another GBC module planned for 2018 and 2019 already. We'll get more on that later.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, then you get a little agitator walking the balls through. And this is still in James Young stuff. And it drops into another nice, smooth moving lift module that just pushes the balls on up into another version of the Brickworld 2017 stepper module. You see that looks like a little extended, a little different. Fun colors. And oh, look, here is our first look at the 2018 Brickworld GBC module that we will be announcing on the website a little more formally in a couple of weeks in the right colors. This is not the colors we'll be doing the kits in, but we actually have the boxes made already, and the instructions are being printed by Brickmania. So
there you go, awesome
for that.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a 2014 Brickworld module here, and then another unique lift module that's throwing the ball up over the top, and it rolls it down into a slider module. This belongs to John Brost. So now we're into John's modules for the next 20 or so feet. And then the overall length of this is like 100 feet and 105 modules. So not
bad. It's a big rectangle.
Not bad for a GBC at one of our expo shows. Certainly Chicago always beats that, but this is cool for here. Probably the biggest one we've done outside of Chicago. So this is a nice barrel lift that's bringing the balls up like a trommel and drops them down into another kind of little swooshy scoop thing that John's done. It's very nicely done with the 11 by 3 Technic panels to make a nice slope action, which is good. This is one of my favorite modules here. This is John's buckets, he calls it. And the cool thing about this module is it's built so tough that when something actually jams, it breaks the Lego piece before it breaks the module. So yeah, it's awesome to have that kind of thing going on. We love broken Lego pieces at GBC.
Just how it works over here. It's a weird part of the convention.
Yeah, if there isn't plastic dust all over the table when we're done, we haven't done our job. So another conveyor belt up, and then a nice complicated looking module that's based on a Lego kit that is moving stuff out like a mining machine.
I like that. The colors are very nice.
Yes, it is very cool. What do you do? I mean, it's got the buckets on it and everything. It's awesome. And then you get a real trommel module. So it's rolling the balls upward in an inward spiral inside. And then they dump out here and roll on into a lift module. And this got this nice controlled entry, so it holds the balls and lets the balls roll in while it's loading. And it can offer a fairly large bucket of balls to the next module. And you can see it coming up now. There's actually a real big bucket of balls. Imagine how that works. Then you have a double stepper module that John made. And then oh, this is looking kind of out of focus. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I can't really see it, but that might be the 2019 Brickworld module.
Well, who knows, you know?
Yeah, it's so out of focus. Way to go with the camera there, John. It was awesome. Then we're back into another one of John Brost modules, feeding down a couple of slides. It's a little switcher module, fun lift. Drops in into the old man module, as I call it, because it's a bridge that goes high enough for me to walk under, so the old man can get through.
Even the young men like it, trust me.
Even the young men like it. There you go. All right, now I'm going to be a little gratuitous because we're getting into my modules.
Obviously the best part of the display.
In my mind, at least. So here you have a new tractor module that I built. And this is actually the first time on the floor for it. It really didn't get enough testing in my basement, but it's worked fairly well all day. We're working on some tweaks. There's some it gets stuck at the top end every once in a while, but it's a single motor operation vehicle that's getting a polarity switch reversed, and it's pretty fun. The nice thing about it is you can extend the track without having to own train track. I know everyone loves the Akiyuki cart module and that, and I was like, okay, I can do something similar that doesn't have that train track limitation since I don't have train track.
And so it like rides on the tread pieces here as it goes up and down.
It runs on the gear racks.
Okay.
And you see the balls roll in and they roll right under it, and then it brings up a big scoop of balls and pushes them right on up the ramp and into the outbox that narrows it down into the next module.
I like that.
And we probably put the wrong module after it because that's a fairly large bucket it dumps there. And this module is good, but it doesn't really take the 30-ball dump really well. So then you get a little string of the 2017 modules, and a little more gratuitous here. They're on sale at the admissions desk.
You always got to be plugging it. Always got to be plugging it.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a businessman. It's my business. All right, then this is one of my oldest. This is my oldest existing module. This has been around since 2005. It's been refurbed a couple times, but it's a nice little homemade chain lift that drops into a little zigzaggy slalom course as the balls roll down, to a simple wide conveyor that can move a boatload of balls if it needs to. And then, well, that's not my module. I don't know who stuck that in there. So it's another one of those 2014 GBCs. And you got this little wheel lift that I did. You can see it's bringing the balls on up nice and simple into a stair stepper that was actually originally designed to move Duplo balls, and it works for regular balls too. Then you're into the 2015 GBC stack module that rolls the balls on up, and we could make this stack a lot taller if we had more modules here. All right, and after that stack module, you see the balls go in the bottom as John's showing you, and they come all the way around and out the top. And they roll down into another new module that I finished building recently, and it's a feeding lift, and it's actually controlled by an NXT. So yay, Mindstorms. We're coming around, and it drops down through a couple towers and into this nice simple yellow stair module that my friend's son Mitchell, who was 9 years old at the time, helped me build.
Wow.
So yeah, helped with a 9-year-old. So we love that module because it's made by a kid. Oh, look, another one of those Brickworld 2018 GBC kits. Of course, we got to get them well tested. We got to know they're going to work.
Figure out what's going to break on them
before we put 80 or 100 of them into one big loop. Because, Tom Atkinson over here might lose his mind if we put 80 modules in that constantly break.
Yes, I would.
All right, from here we get to this nice jammed module that I don't know who that belongs to. That's a Brad Sweet module, I think.
We'll let him do some surgery here real quick.
Yeah, okay, time lapse. Yep, there, it's fixed. All right, so then we're handing the balls off, going up the lift. It's very pretty, and then a nice little zigzag downward path. And this is another one of the GBC stacker modules from the workshop that's just not in the stack. Then we get to the Minions module. Very fun, little decorative. Olivia should appreciate that. And it's a ball pump. It's actually a ball pump based on the 2018 GBC kit. It's just a lot more fun than just a kit, right?
Yeah, add some bonus features.
Bonus features, always good in the GBC. All right, then we get the ski lift module that Brad's done. It's very nice. It's got a little regulator up here that drops one ball at a time down to the lift, and then up they go, and then they actually ski down the hill at the very end, down through the red and green marked slalom course. So they've got to go between the flags all the way down. That's how it works. Into another version of the 2018 ball pump module that's pushing up in this big stack and down a lift into a couple more of the 2017 GBC modules and into another 2018 module. You guys getting the theme that we test the crud out of these modules before we make them a kit.
It's what it takes.
It's industrial, baby. Into an old 2014 module, another nicely built, color coordinated wheel lift done by Brad Matt. And this is another really cool one. It's rainbowed out on purpose, but it's a ski run. It's got a switcher at the top. Some balls go down the quick run to the bottom. Some go down the big spiral all the way to the bottom.
It's so cool to watch. Yeah, there's so much going on.
These big modules are hard to do because they don't travel well, so you end up rebuilding them every show. But they're still fun. Once you get them up and going, everything rocks. And then we get into this again. The suites are really good at the little decorative stuff. This nice spiral lift that's running the balls up fairly high and then dropping them into a conveyance system that's adjustable. Is this a Josh Cottrell module or a suite module? It's still a Brad suite module, right? And then after that, we get another stacker module, and then another 2014 module, and then another 2017 module, and another 2018 module. And then we get this nice little back and forth, again, color coordinated, right. Pink and black.
Very nice.
It's amazing what these guys do.
Some talented folks around here.
It's almost like they knew what they were doing. So I always love having, GBC is one of my favorite things. Obviously, I participate in it, but it's always been one of my favorite things, always will be. I'm always pushing Tom to do more, and Tom wants to kill me someday.
I'm trying to slack off. You just got to push.
No. Tom is not slacking off. But I like pushing, and we have a great time with it. I love the fact that GBC is still alive after 13 years.
I know. It's amazing. Better than ever.
Exactly. Down into a double step module. And I believe we're in Josh's modules now. And so there's Josh Cottrell's modules. And again, very nicely color blocked, coordinated. And then this nice little triple lift that's nice and smooth and slow turning. It's fun you see the balls flip over the end. And they drop down into this teeter-totter module that's moving the balls, up onto the ramp here, regardless of which way they go on the teeter-totter. And they get dumped out and they roll down into the train station. So here we have the train depot. And whose train depot is this? That's John Brose Train Depot. So it's actually fairly new. I think he just built that last year. Using the old train car design that Steve Hassenplug put together years ago. And you see the train come in the station. And then it'll head out. Shoo, go away. And it rolls on down here to the offloading station. And it gets there and runs off the track for some reason. Shh, we won't tell anyone.
It runs perfectly every time.
That's right. Now it's really in trouble because everything's off the track. Yeah, well, so you get the picture. There's going to be balls coming here eventually. Here, we'll shoo a few balls along. There you go. So they get up and they leave that lift, and they drop down into this nice spiral lift, little Archimedes screw action. And slowly a ball comes up, rolls out, and down into the stairs that lead to Tom's drawbridge. And so, we got the drawbridge covering the other gap. Just in case we need an emergency escape out the other side, we use the drawbridge. But the balls will roll down the ramp from the drawbridge and down into Tom's little module that regulates balls up and pops them up one at a time.
And then they collect at the top.
Collect at the top, apparently. Shh, we won't tell anyone. I don't know what's going on there. Someone should tell Tom this is what happens when you let your modules get old.
That's right.
But Josh is working on it though. Get a good shot of Josh there, John. He's poking away. He's
hard at work.
Hard at work. That's what GBC is a lot of work, and that's why we appreciate it so much.
That's right. You know that there's a lot of effort that goes into this.
Exactly. And then we're down in the NXT counter module. And we've run quite a few balls through this weekend already. And then nice little single step push module out here. And then we're into Steve Hassenplug's, again, well decorated module. It's a flex picker. Little robot themed stuff going on. A few robots hanging out, R2-D2, C-3PO, a couple of droids. They're all getting along. No one's fighting. It's all good stuff, but it picks the balls up and drops them down. They roll into this nice simple conveyor that goes into the symbol of Satan or whatever this is that Tom's got made.
There's some deep symbolism there somewhere.
Somewhere. I think that's like the Federation with an arrow through it. I don't know. But then one of the coolest modules is always Tom's Ferris wheel. Being tall at one of these shows is always good. And GBC doesn't have a lot of tall, but this is tall and it's good. So we love Tom. And KC was apparently kind enough to donate a snail to Tom to put on the GBC at some point. Then we're down into another pusher module that just balls drop in and it slowly spins around, push it up. Again, we're still in some of Tom's stuff here. And keep going, another homemade chain module. It looks clunky, but clunky doesn't matter. Clunky is part of the game here. Right?
It gets it through.
If it's moving the balls at the right rate, there you go. And then we're into this old lift that's based on these old Samsonite cogs, which is truly awesome. By the way, the last time I did a GBC video, this thing died right when I went by it. So if you go watch that video again, it'll still be the highest video we got. We drop down into this nice little regulating module. You can see how little fingers agitate in the inbox. Keeps one ball rolling, and then he flips the ball all the way up into the out ramp.
Now, this is the prototype module that I think has been around for like 4 or 5 years now, and has not gotten any more further along. So
prototyping is just a state of mind.
That's right.
And then we get to Tom's module that does the mechanical lift of 4 balls at a time. That was my inspiration for the new module we had on the corner that was NXT driven. Tom has a great module here, but it has its issues. And my goal was to do something that tried to eliminate those issues. But this is great. And one of the big things about this is got a huge inbox. So we can just let balls dump into that and all is good. And it's got this nice flexible output coming out of it. And then we're back into another 2017 module, a minimal size single stepper, another 2018 module, and then this nice little multi-step module pushing the balls up and drops them into a wheel lift. And then the wheel lift dumps out into another little small conveyor, and the conveyor into another one of the same stepper modules. Again, we're into, I believe, Bill Bourne's modules. Bill Anjo's modules. God rest Bill Bourne's soul. We'll get to his thing in a minute. And another conveyor. Nice, getting color coordinated. It's all color coordinated. And then we have this nice little black conveyor. And then we get into another Archimedes screw module. We get the cameraman to keep up, we'd be doing better. Archimedes screw module that Bill Anjo has made. One of the keys to this thing working well is the fact that it's built upside down, because it eliminates some of the catches you have if you do it right side up with the same kind of pieces.
There you go.
Couple of wheel lifts into a couple more conveyor modules, and then into a couple more of the 2014 kits with antennas on them. They look more like little bugs or something on the table. So again, decoration. Decoration is always good. And then we got this really big conveyor that goes into a really nice, simple ramp down, back and forth, downward roll. Kids love this stuff. It's mesmerizing to them. And then we're into Bill's personal modification of the 2017 kit. He apparently thought it needed big walls. And we're into another lift that drops onto a wave module. And the wave module dumps into another 2018 kit that's upcoming for Chicago. Another single step, minimal sized module. And then into this pneumatic powered module that slowly dumps things through, and it's awesome the way the pneumatics switch. And if you go down to the far corner here, you see this pneumatic pump just going at it like
going to town.
like a monkey. And
I love this. Ever since we started doing these GBC videos, this has always been one of my favorites, watching that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's dumping the balls out onto the playing field. That happens to be the Bill Bourne Memorial Bulldozer module. So we keep Bill's memory here, and hopefully you guys can work in a shot of the tablecloths that show that we have Bill Bourne on the tablecloths and all that. And then the kids get to remote control the robot and push the balls out into the next push. and then they get pushed up into a ball pump, and the ball pump dumps down, and we're back to the beginning.
There you go. Excellent. You kept the pace moving. That was good.
All right, that was my intention. We love fast. We love good. And I have stuff to do, right? I am running the show, too. But it's been great. I appreciate you guys having us on, and we will see you in Chicago.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right, be good.